Welcome to Seize the Mains by Raj Malhotra's IS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sirdana and this is season 3 of our daily answer writing initiative. We have moved this initiative to our website, that is rajisacademy.com, and also we have linked this initiative with our 2:30 p.m. weekly current affairs discussion which is taken सब्जेक्ट वाइज फ्रॉम मंडे टू सैटरडे. तो आपको ढाई बजे की जो डिस्कशन होती है उस सब्जेक्ट में से एक टॉपिक डिस्कस किया जाता है जो मेंस के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. इन दैट करंट अफेयर्स डिस्कशन अ क्वेश्चन इज गिवन टू यू इन दैट डिस्कशन इटसेल्फ. क्वेश्चन हमारी वेबसाइट पर सेम डे अपलोड हो जाता है एंड आंसर्स आर taken from your side in the comment section. So if you are new to this initiative, you can go to rajisacademy.com. The link to our website and this question that we are discussing today is there in the description box. Click on that, you will directly be leaded towards our website. अपना सैम्पल अपना आंसर लिखिए, उसको पोस्ट कीजिए एंड आर एक्सपर्ट्स आर डे एंड नाइट evaluating your answers entirely free of cost. So benefit from this initiative as much as you can. Today we are taking the discussion for question number 12. As you can see in this picture, there is a tough between federalism, federal and state government. This is not with respect to India, but this was a funny image, so we used it. The question is that India is slowly moving towards a unitary form of government, defeating the principle of federalism embodied in the constitution. Discuss. Answer in 250 words. See, federalism or basic principle of constitution, ऐसे जो concepts हैं, they have been asked by UPSC again and again. किसी न किसी form में mains में question पूछ लिया जाता है. Recently, like in the past 5 years also, and the recent occurrences also have put a question mark on the federal state of polity in India, federalism in India. बहुत सारी state governments ने central government की कुछ policies को oppose किया है, कुछ activities को oppose किया है. So federalism is again in news, and that's why we have taken a very twisted question that what do you think that India is heading towards a unitary system of government? And this is a discuss question. जो हमें sample answers आए हैं, their students have only addressed that yes, it is moving towards a unitary form of government. You don't have to take an anti-government stand in your answers. कोई भी आपने bias stand नहीं लेना. And secondly, this is a discuss question. As I've told you earlier in Seize the Mains season 1 introduction video, if you're not aware of that, we have a playlist of Seize the Mains 63 videos उसमें uploaded हैं. The first video is about introduction to answer writing. We'll put the link in the description below. Go back to that video and learn about the directives कि कौन से directive का आपने कैसे answer देना है. So discuss question. Discuss is basically a written debate. You have to present both sides of the argument. You have to talk about current happenings or any features of Indian polity which say that no, India is still a federal polity, and you have to talk about the other side also कि yes, unitary government की तरफ bias आ रहा है, tendency बढ़ रही है. So let's see how we'll address this question. So first of all, we'll start by writing an introduction. 250 words का answer है. You can use all the space to express yourself, but this is a tough question and straight away बोल सकते हैं कि हाँ unitary bias आ रहा है, but you don't have to do that. You have to take a very balanced stand. How we are doing it, let's see. So in the introduction, you have to start with a very light thing. Whatever you know about federalism. Federalism is part of basic structure of the constitution. In India, we have this sui generis form of federalism. Sui generis means which has its own form, जो कि टाइम के साथ evolve भी हो सकता है और ऐसा कोई एग्जाम्पल देखने को नहीं मिलता. जैसा सिस्टम हमें फिट इन करता हुआ लगा इंडियन पॉलिटी को, वी अडॉप्टेड दैट. सो इट इज sui generis. It generates on its own. It has generated on its own, and we have this holding together type of federation. See, in your sample answers also I've seen that many people are writing about coming together federation or holding together federation. इतना explanation इतना required नहीं है. We don't need that much explanation when you just have 250 words to answer. तो just introduction में आपने थोड़ा सा federalism के बारे में बताना है, and ज़्यादा holding together federalism, this term can be used, but don't go on explaining federalism as an entirely a different concept. Federalism पे answer नहीं है ये. You have to talk about the current events. This is an analysis based answer. So basic structure, holding together federalism and sui generis. These three terms should be there in your introduction. If sui generis is something you don't know about, Google it and learn about it more and incorporate in your answers from future. First line is about the definition. What is federalism? You can have many definitions for this. You can pick up your textbooks or newspapers, whatever definition suits you and whatever you can remember, write that. Federalism is a system of government in which powers have been divided between the center and its constituent parts such as states or provinces. Institutional mechanism है to accommodate two sets of politics, one at the central level and other at the states. So accommodate is the important word here, to accommodate two sets of polities. Also it is a part of basic structure of constitution, and you can talk about basic structure here, that it cannot be altered or destroyed except by judicial review or things like that. So these 3 lines, these 3-4 lines are enough for your introduction. Don't take it beyond that, don't make it more than that. Also, the entire answer is available on our website. You don't have to read it from here. You can directly go to our website through link in the description and you can read the full answer. Here, this is just an indicative video, so just focus on what we are discussing. Body paragraph 1. See, now we've talked about federalism. Now you have to talk about whatever are the federal features in Indian political system. So what are the federal features? If you have studied Indian polity through any of the regular textbooks or through NCERTs, you might know that we have, supremacy of constitution, we have independent judiciary, and we have separation of powers. There is, 7th schedule of constitution in which we have union list, state list and the concurrent list. So you can write 3-4 points. We have the bicameral legislature also. So write these 3-4 points and these will be enough to start your answer, that yes, here you can talk about the articles, the schedules, whatever are with regards to these features. So this first paragraph will talk about the federal features of Indian Constitution. Now moving on to body paragraph 2, since you have to talk about what you think is India moving towards a unitary state. So first of all you have to give the old examples, that what are the challenges to federalism in India. ऐसे कौन से question marks put किए गए हैं historically that no, India is not a federal state, it is a unitary government. So what are the historical examples? First of all is your appointment of governor, your alteration of boundaries of states or creation of new states without taking that agreement from the states. In fact, renaming of states, that also takes place. So what are the old issues? Tilt the answers to what the question is asking. Don't take a strong stand. You don't have to take a strong stand in a discuss question. So first of all we are discussing the old issues, then we'll discuss about the current events, जिस वजह से ये चीज़ न्यूज़ में चल रही है और हमसे क्वेश्चन में पूछी गई है. Even though there is a formal partitioning of power between central and regional units, you know that there is a concurrent list and union government has more power over concurrent list. Also, the number of subjects in the state list have decreased over time and it is highly predicted that they will decrease even more. Also, fiscal federalism, that is a question because finance commission decide करता है चीज़ें and states are not very happy with the kind of fiscal federalism that is prevalent in India. There is regionalism prevalent. Why is it prevalent? Because economic development of one state is different from other states. There are language barriers. The central government wants or pretends that it wants to have one language formula or 2 language formula, while it is not agreed by many northeastern and southern states. Also Rajya Sabha, there is unequal representation in the upper house. We have bicameral legislature, Lok Sabha और Rajya Sabha तो है, but there is unequal representation when it comes to the central and state governments. So you can conclude this part by saying that Mr. K.C. Ware refers to this framework as quasi-federal. Again, it's up to you. You can use this in your conclusion, introduction, or to conclude the body paragraph 2 part 1. Now, what are the new issues that look at the last line here. Also, there have been concerns about the Indian polity moving towards a unitary system. Why have concerns erupted over time? Why have concerns erupted in our current affairs? So this has happened mainly because now these are the latest issues. The Ministry of Home Affairs extended the jurisdiction of border security force from 15 kilometers to 50 kilometers. तो जो states bordering areas में हैं, उनके 50 kilometers apart from that border से 50 kilometers तक. Earlier it was till here. Now it will be till this point. सो हियर सेंटर की jurisdiction रहेगी, तो वो स्टेट की एक्चुअली टेरिटरी है, बट नाउ सेंटर विल हैव jurisdiction. दिस इज अगेन फॉर सिक्योरिटी पर्पजेस in bordering areas, but yes, there have been issues in states of Punjab, Assam, West Bengal due to this new jurisdiction. Again, GST was brought, so GST got a lot of opposition from states. One, for the procedure that it took to be passed. You know, if something affects the federal structure of the polity, so it has to be agreed by the states also. Special majority at center and agreed by 1/3 of the states. So more than that of the states, not 1/3. So the GST regime altered the taxing power of states and affected their revenue. So this received a lot of opposition, and there are schemes coming up, one nation one ration card, and there is the simultaneous elections also they have been proposed, one nation one election, one nation one voters list. So development on one hand, a better democracy on one hand, and the issue of federalism on the other. There has to be a fine-tuned balance between all of these, between both the sides. So these are the latest issues that have come up. There was this latest issue of National Investigation Agency also, but don't use that, use it as an example, because see, that's a national agency. It is an anti-terrorist organization. You cannot directly put it in your answer that this was a wrong move. I've seen that in a lot of answers, but let the issue settle. Then when your mains exam approaches, then see whether it is right to use that example or not. Now in the conclusion, see, federalism has been questioned ever since we attained independence, or ever since जैसे constitution functioning में आया था. Since that time, Indian polity और Indian constitution has seen this question of federalism, कि unitary है या federal नहीं, quasi federal है. So we've seen this question in the past also. We've seen issues like regionalism, issues of fiscal federalism, appointment of governor, or things like that. This tussle has always been there, but now the situations are different. We've seen the COVID-19 pandemic. Unemployment is at peak in its India. Many companies are laying off workers. Also, the economic growth is not as much as it should be. Social mobility has become harder. We are seeing a lot of social riots also. The number of riots has increased with time. So, and apart from that, this Russia-Ukraine crisis, this has impacted the economy it has impacted the global economy. So it impacts our security also, fiscal security also, and physical security also, whatever issues. So these are new issues, and these are very much intertwined. So a balance has to be maintained between development and federalism. So these challenges can be addressed by cooperative federalism, where there is cooperation among the union and state governments to work together on issues for programs for resolving the issues. Now you can talk about some bodies which are aiding cooperative federalism in India. What are these bodies? Niti Aayog is there, zonal councils are there, GST councils are there, which have a lot of representation from the state side. So you can use GST as an issue, that yes, GST की वजह से कुछ problems आई थी, and still there are problems, but GST council is a very federal body. We have the interstate councils also, and you can say that they will have a greater role to play, especially now the governments are sitting at the central level and at the state levels. They'll have a bigger role to play in this picture, because the challenges are very different from before, and they are harder. So we need to overcome these challenges as a nation. Go to the website for the full answer. If you want this answer, if you want to read this answer completely, go to the website, check the full answer, write your own answer if you have not written that, and get it evaluated by us. We'll see you with another discussion tomorrow. Stay tuned.